Yo, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. We here. Everyday Gyms podcast, episode 37. Hey, listen, I'm real hype. I ain't gonna hold y'all. My Pistons, though. My Pistons. I'm so hyped right now. Detroit stand up. What Stephen A be saying? Blue and orange skies? Orange and blue skies? Orange and blue and red skies. We back in this motherfucker. I'm hyped. We was 3-36 this time last year. Sick though. And now we 21-19. And them boys balling over there, man.
Progress.
Even with J. Cole looking like over that motherfucker.
Who y'all coach?
I honestly don't even know.
Ain't it the JB Bickerstaff dude?
It might be.
Because that's the same dude that Cleveland fired last year because I guess he couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
And he resurrected the Pistons, even though clearly Cleveland was a good enough team, but he ain't that bad of a coach either.
Yeah, we 2 games out of the 6th seed right now. We gonna get that 6th, 7th seed and go home real early, but at least we in the playoffs. Fucking I take it. Baby steps. Yeah, I take it. So wild card week. Oh man, what y'all think about them games first? Overall, y'all think about them games overall before we get into each game individually.
Same old fucking Chargers. Them niggas tricked me.
Yeah, they made all of us look kind of crazy.
Harbaugh tricked us, bro.
Dog.
Yeah, they got the dog shit beat out of them.
Corey, you might need to stay, man. You might need to stay.
That shit might be fool's gold.
I don't think it is. They showed out.
They did.
Showed out.
Yeah, no, they did. I'll give them that.
Nobody saw that coming. And we'll go ahead with that being. We go ahead and get started. So the Ravens defeated the Steelers 28-14. Russ would have 69% passing, 270 passing yards, 2 TDs, no picks. Pickens had 5 receptions for 87 yards. Najee Harris had 6 attempts for 17 yards. They didn't run the ball well at all. I don't even know what the hell was that about.
They were down 2 scores.
Yeah.
They were down 2 scores early.
Lamar Jackson had 76% passing, 175 yards. But he had 15 attempts for 81 yards rushing. Derrick Henry just showed his ass. 2 tubs, 26 attempts for $186. So, I mean, the game.
And it was on the anniversary of when he ran for almost 200 yards on the Ravens when we beat them that year.
No, that smells like a record.
Yeah.
It looked bad for the Steelers because they looked like they checked out. What it was at halftime, it was like Ravens had 308 yards.
8 yards.
Yeah.
And they had 60. It was just like, God.
The niggas is like, yo, man, we getting, you know what? I'm ready for next season, dog. I ain't even trying to
They looked like they was ready to go to Tulum.
Yeah.
Through. So
everybody dumped on Expedia at halftime.
Yeah, your joint breaking up, Court. You breaking up a little bit, Court.
We good?
A little better. I'll say this too. Like you know how it always. Soon as the Steelers season's over with, they're like, hey, Mike Tomlin hot seat, and what should he do, and where should he go? And
well,
I wanted to say, I don't know. I want y'all opinion on what y'all think about this, but I want to say this first. I feel like Tomlin, I think he should want to go. Because I feel like he's been dealing with a lot of divas recently over the last maybe whenever what's his name came over there, Antonio Brown, all them guys. I feel like he's had a lot of divas on his team, and it hasn't been the same type of players that play Steelers football. And because of that, I think that's just not. It just hasn't been conducive of what he likes to do or what they like to do as a culture over there, especially when you're built off of defense. Everybody's just on. So to me, it seems like everybody's like, it's like they pouty over there. They don't really like. They don't have that heart the way they once did in Steelers Nation. What do y'all think?
At least the diva Antonio Brown showed up. George Pickens is a diva that is trash.
Yeah.
Who was before him? What's the boy name? And they traded to Chicago.
Claypool.
Chase Claypool. This dude was a diva, and he was ass.
So
So
you
it's
do
like,
agree there are a lot of divas over there nowadays.
but
Well,
that's
They've
the
been
thing
through
about
some
still
stuff.
they
The
find
Johnson
them
dude,
receivers.
Yeah.
well, I think right now,
the Johnson kid at the Texans just
Deontay Johnson. Oh man. I skipped over him. But yeah, he's so ass.
got
He done
waves.
been cut 3 times in one
Yeah,
season.
he
Damn.
just got waves. So
It-
I think with
It's
this
bad when you
current.
get waived on a playoff team. I'm sorry. I just had to
No, you
say
good.
you know you get cut on the playoff team that ain't got no receivers. But
You do too much, my boy. Get out. Damn.
And yeah, and they need a receiver, so they're like, you're good, you're good. Well, with this current roster, they got a lot of outside guys this year that aren't really. They didn't really draft. They was really shopping around, so they're not in the Steeler like infrastructure like that. They're kind of outside. So I think that's one part of it where you're not seeing that understanding of what their culture is and what it tries to be. So I think that's a little bit of the mixture where you get those newer guys and they've been in the league, but they're newer to this franchise, and then you got the guys that been there, the Watts, Hayward, and Mika. So I think that's the thing. They draft these dudes too, so it's not like they don't get these. When you scouting, you find out everything. You find out all the personality flaws and everything under the sun. So if you didn't think those pros and cons outweighed, I don't. What's going on now means to me then it's a problem with discipline. Um, Something's not clicking, and they not shy about getting rid of somebody if they not, because like he always said, I want participants, not I want volunteers, not hostages. That's what he says. So
Yeah.
um so yeah, I mean that's the way I look at it. Is Antonio Brown was a dog, but that whole thing with Big Ben, that stuff that wasn't a normal occurrence and I won't say it carried over, but guys just have these moments of when they showing this real lack of effort, and you got to talk to the wide receiver coach. You got to talk to the OC, and everybody's to me is under that because that's coaching.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta know what it is here, or you're not going. And they got the vets to check people. Why can check everybody?
Do
He
y'all
can check
think? Do y'all
everybody.
think that is if what do y'all think Tomlin should want to do? Stay thugging it and do what they do because they know how to build from the draft and retool, or do y'all think it's like, man, fuck it, he should leave?
It depends how the money work.
uh, he's already shot down the leaving part. But actually, he was contemplating retirement.
18 seasons, 2 balls, or
So
one?
what I'm saying.
1-1.
I think he got two.
He got one. Okay, or two. I don't know.
Well, he
It was
had
something like
Coward's
that.
team. He had Bill Coward's team with one of them, so people look at it a little different. But um,
Yeah,
I mean, for him, you know, when you haven't won a playoff game and there's 24 other teams that's won since the last time you won, there's some things that need to be changed. It's like it's it, some you got to do some. I think last year they went about it a lot different because they typically wouldn't be um that active doing free agency like that. They'll grab a guy late in the back end, like around like when they come back to camp type stuff. But they wouldn't be like, all right, let's go get Russ, let's go get Fields, let's do this, let's go here. Like they was doing something out of their norm. So he tried to do something different this year. It ain't like he didn't
Mm-hmm.
try, just didn't pan
yeah.
out because of they
Yeah,
just they
I think he did the best he could do with what he had with them dudes. Um,
I think they might have to actually draft a quarterback again. They haven't done it in so long that
but
I
you don't
mean,
think they
let's
gonna?
be
I
real.
mean, they got
We're not
Buddy
gonna
out
count.
there.
we're not gonna count Pickett as a goddamn draft pick. That dude's a fucking he's a quitter. So you know what
But
I'm
what
saying? Like
about
they have I'm
Mike
talking
and
like a
what's the boy name? They put on the bench for
Justin Fields.
yeah.
They traded for
I mean
him. He's
Fields is
saying
not a
he was not the draft a quarterback.
Oh.
yeah. But I think honestly if I'm them, if they
I
decide
mean,
to
but why
move off
draft a
Russ,
quarterback? Why don't you just move Russ back to the bench and keep Justin Fields and start him?
He
Russell
probably
Wilson
not
is
gonna
a
keep
free
Russ. They
agent,
got a
and
1 year
Justin
deal with
Fields
Russ.
will be a free agent. They'll both be
yeah,
done.
both of them can leave.
Both.
But I don't really know where they go. Yeah, it'd be cheaper to keep Fields, but have you seen enough to be like Fields is a guy that can get us further?
Do
Like
you
he
feel
didn't
like
play
Russ is
bad,
still a
but he didn't
starter?
necessarily play good either.
Do you feel like Russ is still a starter?
He
Yes.
can't be on the right situation.
Yeah, he's still
I
a
mean,
starter.
his numbers weren't bad this year. They just didn't win when it mattered.
Yeah, they didn't. They
You know what I'm
hobbled
saying?
into the playoffs. So, what did they
I
lose
mean, and
five
I
of
they
their
think
last
people
lose.
have
six?
to.
They
They
lose
lost their
too.
last 4 regular season games, and then they lost playoff games. So 5 straight losses.
Mm.
But you got to look at this. We got to remember, Russ is 36 years old. Ain't too many motherfuckers still out that mother going. You know what I'm saying? Throwing 5,000-6,000 yards and 50 touchdowns at 36 years old. He's never been that kind of quarterback.
Fucking
And that's
Stafford.
why I don't think anybody expected that either.
Yeah.
Fairly.
But the thing is, they question his play so much. Like he had a bad season. Dog, his numbers aren't
He was
bad.
bad in Denver. It wasn't like he was bad his first year. He was decent in the second. I
Dog,
mean, that's
his
fair.
numbers with Denver were the same as Baker Mayfield's. Just the record of the team was different.
It was a lot of problems in Denver. I'm not going to solely say it was him, but we talking
Oh yeah,
about
because Hackett was terrible as a coach. Let's keep it a
yeah.
buck.
That's what I'm
That nigga
saying. Like it was
sucks.
a lot of it won't it didn't work out like they wanted. I think
Yeah,
I think he struggled that year, and he did for a lot of different reasons. His second year, he was a lot better in the back end.
yeah.
Um, and
It's just the
because
team's record was terrible.
um, but you had all the chatter, the him and Peyton don't like each other. It was all that stuff. So it it amplified when he wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh well,
Yeah.
Peyton don't even like him, so that even makes it worse. And it's
And
like
the thing with that is, I think it
You
was
also have
more of
a lot of quarterbacks though, court at 36 that aren't. I mean, Stafford's what 38,
Stafford
thirty-seven.
has always been labeled as premier passer. That's never been what's going on with Russell Wilson.
yeah, totally different quarterback styles. But
Stafford for day one was looked at the guy who can lead a franchise. Russell looked at as a guy who can help a franchise. There's a difference.
Okay.
So when you see Russ in them years in Seattle where he was a focal point, that team did this about the same shit the Steelers team did.
like
Yeah,
if you
that's
look at
true.
this game, you had you had points where he was missing reads, and it's like, all right, bro, like if anybody can pull him through this, it's gonna have to be you. Now, circumstances, the O line wasn't playing good at all. They've been struggling late. So you have different things that are not helping the already flawed
Yeah,
offense. You could say the play calling may not work. I said before, the simple stuff that they was doing, it wasn't working no more, and they didn't have no pivots. And it's like, so now you're just stuck. Like you said, they didn't run the ball well. So it's like,
He did.
and
where do
that's
you
why
go
you
now?
can't pivot
What,
because the Steelers always have been predicated on the run.
yeah, and that's their
So
thing.
if
You
you
have to
can
run the
run,
ball.
teams that like this, you want Russ beat us, and they know at this point in his career he's not capable of beating him without the run.
And that's why I didn't understand people not understanding the hire when they made it. It's like Arthur Smith is a run guy. I
Yeah, run
seen
first
a lot of
court
people
coach.
complain about that. It was like, well, they run the ball too much, and I'm like, well, they run the ball.
Yeah,
That's the OCU hired. Like,
he did the same thing at Tennessee. He did. Atlanta was top five rushing when even though they was losing, they was
and
top
he
five in the league in rushing when Arthur
it,
Smith was a
and it
coach.
felt like he didn't know how to really navigate with the two running backs in Atlanta. I don't know what he was overthinking that, but um, I mean, you go across on the other side, like the defensive coordinator. It was some games where the defense didn't look good. They held it down in this game. They just ran out of gas because
No, they did.
um So,
But you gonna run out of gas when you're down 21-0.
oh yeah, So
That
it's
was
like
21 Sam. It was
It
21
was
Sam.
21-7. No, but the funny part is that he said ran out of gas, and I seen a meme of Derrick Henry running past everybody, and he said he was looking like O.J. Simpson on the highway. So
Yeah,
Good God
damn it.
almighty. Speaking of Derrick Henry, dog, I swear to God, man, I feel like, and we gonna get to the next after this, but I feel like he was running in slow motion. But I felt like niggas is like, bro, I'm not tackling that big motherfucker. He be stiff arming the shit out of niggas, dog, because he caught somebody else.
that was oh,
He caught that nigga, excuse me,
Michael
before
Fitzpatrick.
yeah,
He fucked him up.
like Derrick really look
yeah.
like he's fast, but I guess he's a strider. But it was just like, bro, niggas was running like, bro, I'm not tackling this big ass dog. That nigga strong. Like niggas look scared to tackle. Like fuck this.
Well,
See,
no, he's fast.
Put me through
One,
the grass.
when you 6'3", 240, a 4.5 is blazing. That's why if you notice, he very seldom get caught from behind.
He's a 4 or 5 though. You said about a 4.6.
No, he's like a 4.5, almost 4.49, like a 4.51. He's a low 4.5 guy, which is fast for a dude who's 6'3", 240.
Yeah.
See, if he was 5'8", 190, he's not fast.
That's probably that makes you more. I don't want to tackle this nigga. You run a 4.5, you gotta run. You the fuck over.
how he run too. He run upward, like
Yeah.
So it's the strides when he runs.
You get that nigga the kneecaps, bro, for real. Like if you ain't hit the kneecaps or the shins, you just gonna get ran over.
Shit, you might get ran over hitting them there too.
When he
You
broke
dive
it on
helmet
that play, they basically just had bad gap defense. That's all that was. They went to the wrong spots, and he was like, "Bet."
On that play, it looked like it was a read option play, and Lamar looked like he was trying to pull it back. Derrick said no. He snatched that shit from Lamar and took the fuck off.
They was expecting the RPO, and he was like, "Pivot, we got it."
Yeah, it got bad.
So
it got bad. So, but yeah, shout out the Ravens, man. They looking like they ready for this one. Texas defeat the Chargers.
The same old fucking Chargers.
G Herbo, and then what you call him, Sean? He had 44% passing, 242 passing yards, 1 TD, and 4 picks. Jesus. J.K. Dobbins, 9 attempts for 26 yards. He didn't go no fucking way. And then Lad McKinney, 9 receptions for a buck.
So the only one that came to play.
Yeah, Lad was
197 yards.
And 1 TD. Everybody else is like, bro, I'm gonna go home, dog.
I knew this game was in. I knew the Chargers were in trouble when they had forced 3 turnovers and only had 6 points.
Yeah.
Your own first drive, you go all the way down the field, you settle for a field goal when you get to the red zone. They fumble on the first play. You already in the red zone. You settle for a field goal. You get an interception, you get no points. And then I think they had one more. I think they had 4 turnovers in the first half. And I'm looking at the score. I'm like, bro, they still have 6 points. This is not good. And that's when CJ Stroud on a 3rd and 17, almost the ball on the snap, runs, picks it up, runs to the right, throws across his body to Hutchinson for a 34-yard gain. Then they make it down the field to Nico Collins for the touchdown. I said,
Yeah, Stroud actually, we had 282, a tub, 1 pick. Mixon had 25 attempts, 106. He ran the ball really well. 1 TD, and Nico Collins had 7 for 122.
And a touchdown.
I think that field goal, that block.
Oh, on the extra point? Yeah, they got the 2 point.
That play right there was like, yeah, they're not gonna win this. That was like, just the way the play looked. Like he got popped too. What's his name? Dicker.
Dicker the kicker.
He got folded, and that was just like, oh, it's gonna be one of them games. They're charging.
Why did they run the ball? Is Dobbins not that good?
No, he got.
He was playing hurt. Playing hurt too.
Smacked. There won't go be no running.
Yeah, Justin, this is all for show. I'm here, but I ain't got it.
A lot of different things, like you said, they only had 6 points. ineffective run game, that's gonna hurt you. 33% rushing success rates, like yuck. Not gonna have a good day. Um, and it's not like your line is not, capable of getting you more than that, but
They need
obviously,
to Fitzmagic tonight. Fitzmagic need to come help them niggas out of something.
I think you
They need
Oh
some.
man,
you got to give credit to
Listen, they need
DeMarco.
Keenan Allen back.
I mean, Keenan Allen
and
was hurt.
Austin Eckler
Yeah,
Listen,
and
and
Mike Williams. They
they
need
broke the
everybody
whole
back.
game.
Their whole
Um,
receiving core is ass, but that young boy, the rookie is the only one that's
yeah,
worth
lad
fuck
is
keeping.
straight.
Because Corey, you said what you said. Quentin Johnson got to catch the ball. I said, but he's a
Yeah,
bum.
yeah,
They need
He's a
and,
Natron
he, and,
bum.
he,
Means back where the
Bum
fuck
of
they
a
need.
bum.
They
and
need
he
Natron Means
made
back.
sure he was a bum.
that pick is
But that dude,
hurting him because he just not what the draft stock would have told you he was. Like you said, Herbert
yeah,
had
they had this nigga like the next Larry Fitzgerald.
they had like he had what 4 picks, and I mean the
Yeah.
man coverage.
One was not his fault. One wasn't. It hit the receiver in the chest, popped in the air, and they picked it off.
I
But the
think
other
some of them
three,
they gotta like
Yeah.
figure out how to do some of these picks because sometimes it ain't really what I mean. But it is what it
Son, they
is.
needed they needed they needed LT or Natron Means to come back, dog. Some help.
He 4-12 against the man coverage, like 54 yards. So when you already you already got like not the best receiving group, but it's like that coverage was doing damage. Texas secondary, I mean, all over. They was all 3 levels they was cooking. I mean, the blitz, they blitz like 70%,
Yeah.
57% pressure.
It was on that
Like
boy helmet.
so that's a long day. And Stroud, once he got a clean pocket, he was good. He went 18 for 23, 198 with a clean pocket. So, but when they were getting pressure, he was like 4 for 10. So, um, yeah, they needed that, and they got a pick off on them. So when they were getting pressure, they was effective. But yeah, but like I said, the Texans secondary, bro, like them dudes was 2 picks. With
Yeah.
Stingley he allowed 5 catches. Like, bruh, off 10 targets, it's just like, yo,
Your team still in the playoff. Well, one of your AFC team still in there.
Who?
Your AFC your AFC team, bitch.
that man cleared waivers, bruh. But I just want to say
Yeah.
this: we have
My
been
AFC team,
tricked by
they didn't play.
we have been tricked by the Chargers to the point of no return. Can y'all? I talked to a Chargers fan at work. He even told me we have the most fugazi record of all the playoff teams. So y'all won 10 fucking games. We didn't beat nobody in them 10 games. And then I looked at what their record was and who they beat. They beat the Raiders twice. They beat us, Cleveland, Cincinnati while they were still in the hole, Carolina, who else? The Patriots. I was like, damn. Oh, and then all
All
their losses.
Salvador.
I said, God damn, they really did beat the teams they're supposed to beat. You know
yeah,
what
they
I
were all
mean?
battle tested.
And every loss they lost to the Vikings, they lost to the Chiefs, they lost to the Bills, they lost to the Ravens, they lost to the Eagles.
Yeah, well, there you have it.
So in other words, they beat all the lottery teams.
Pretty, and they, unless you say the Broncos, they did beat the Broncos twice. But that's a division, that's a division game, shit like that. But I guess that's the only notable win they had. They beat the Broncos twice.
Speaking of which,
they 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 had Derwin James had a solid game, but they had an opportunity to really have a moment, you know what I mean, with everything going on in LA, and it's like, all right, the LA teams went out there and did something, and it's like they just confirmed that it's like, yeah, you need to go back to San Diego because clearly
yeah,
you're not
They're trying to kick the roommates out.
Navy blue and gold, nigga. Wear navy blue and yellow suits. Throw that baby powder blue shit
you
away.
stuck on the unis.
Yeah, throw that powder blue shit away, dog. Throw that shit away.
It's time to get some new roommates.
Yeah.
As long as they pay the bill, I ain't tripping.
And speaking of the Broncos,
A long
Jesus
day.
Christ. I don't even
Long
know
day.
what the fuck. All
They
that
It,
tricked
hype.
us in the beginning. They came
it
out there
felt
and
good on the.
scored.
Yeah.
They
It felt
scored
good on the
so
Defense
drive
fast. I
in.
said,
gassed
"Oh
out.
shit, we
Defense
gonna have us a
gassed out.
shootout today."
Yeah. And it
They
was
did
what
not score no more the rest of the game.
31-7. Bo Nix literally had 144 passing yards, one tub, and he led the team in rushing for 4 attempts for 43 yards. That's insane. That's crazy. And then Cortland Sutton had 5 receptions for 75. Josh Allen, 272, two tubs, 8 attempts, 46 yards. James Cook, 23 yards, buck 20, one tub. Curtis Samuel, 3 receptions, 68 yards in the tub. I don't know
Well,
what the fuck happened.
This was
well,
an ass
what
whooping.
happened is they're. I mean, kind of shit we was talking about, but um, they had to play conservative because I mean, it's only so much you can do with a rookie. That first two drives though, like you said, they tricked us. That was basically the whole game. That's all they really had. You know, you'll hear people talk about the scripted plays. That's what that was. They was like, all right, we got to get to these plays, and we get to these, we can get points, and they got to them. And once they get it that, it was like, all right, back to the training wheels.
Got nothing else, coach. I don't know what you want us to do from here.
So,
We're done. We're done. We're done.
um, yeah, and it was the game plan. Like I said, it was very very, I think overly conservative. Where it
Is that
was,
a slight on the quarter of the OC genius Sean Payton?
um, I think it's a you understand your strengths and weaknesses of your QB, and um, you're gonna
Makes sense.
you're gonna protect them the best way you can. And he tried to make plays. You know, he was scrambling and trying to extend plays. He was trying to do a little something. But when you run, pass, I mean, come on, man. I know where you're going. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, that's
Yeah.
it. You're not gonna shift. You're not gonna shake that up. So, um, but yeah, Josh, he was 9 for 11, 138 versus their blitz. I think he had a touchdown against that too. So yeah, they
I
threw a
was
lot of
looking,
light
I'm looking at
fronts.
this game, and I'm like, they was like bouncing off this big motherfucker. He just was every time he take off, you just like, God, y'all can't bring this motherfucker down, grab his ankles or something, bite the nigga, do something. Shit.
What I told you.
God damn, he just running
I
niggas
told
over
you you
like, bro,
need
he's
more than
like a
one
running
person to
back.
hit him. I told you.
If I don't punch that nigga in the face, he gonna run me over like that, dog.
I
Fuck that. Put
told
the
you right
ball in.
before the
Nah,
game.
champ. You the quarterback, bro.
I
I
told
had
you
to
right
trip
before the
him up with a
game.
cleat or something. Fuck
You
that.
gotta put more than one. You gotta hit him. Like you can't just get one guy because he's very large. He's a very large
Like,
man.
yeah, niggas be scared to hit that nigga. Like, bro, I'm not. You see how big this
No,
nigga is?
I
Bro,
don't
you
think
hit
he's
him.
scared. He's just big. He's strong
You hit
too.
him.
That's it. But
Big
you got to
ass
give it
nigga.
to, and you got to realize too that a lot of the Broncos, they're not big. Like their secondary dudes ain't that big. They're not like so. If he get in the back end and he get past that D line, their D line really ain't a lot of big dudes. It's a lot of medium sized cats. But
They went with speed instead of power on defense.
so and and you know they run a lot of light boxes, so that's why they don't got a lot of so but yeah, the Bills offense, man, it was getting like 6 yards per play, bro. Like 55% success rate. Like you doing that, it's just like it should have been more points on the board. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
More than the 31 and they put up
Yeah,
straight.
because the way they was moving the ball, bro, I'm just like,
yeah.
y'all lucky they only got 30 on y'all, cause
It felt
God,
like
I
they
feel
took
the
the.
same way.
It felt like they
and
took the foot off the pedal.
it's
Again, like
one
that
thing.
the first quarter, it was like, okay, this may be a little bit of a barn burner. Then it was like they was maxed out of their gear after the first quarter. And the Bills was like, well, shit, let's stop playing. These niggas gassed out. I think it's time for us to take this shit over.
When they
This got bad.
I, I I mentioned it when we were talking about the picks and all that. Like they did the heavy personnel. They had six linemen. It was like what 16 times. So like that's like 22% of the snaps. You just six linemen just moving people, and that's how you gonna run. That's how you gonna run the ball all day. And uh, I mean, and it it was smart to do that because it countered what the Broncos like to do. They like to do a lot of blitzing and stunts, run blitzes, I should say. So they 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 found the way to counter with that, and it worked. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, they was just doing a lot of stuff that just was clicking. I mean, the bunch look where they was 4-by-1. I think they brought that up on the show. I mean, on the broadcast. But yeah, that was when you doing that, bro. It's just like what you ain't got no answers for that. You doing crosser routes through the middle. It's just like, all right, man.
Fuck.
PS2 can only cover so many people.
Yeah.
Um, so
Um. Any Married with Children fans on here besides myself and Sean?
Of course.
All right. Are you a Married with Children fan, Deontay?
Oh, what?
Married with Children fan, the show, TV
Oh,
show
wow.
Married with Children.
I ain't watched that shit. I remember gazing at it as a kid when my uncle was watching that shit, but I never watched that shit.
There's this episode, right? I bring this up for a reason. There's this episode where this young dude who plays for the dude Al Bundy's old team, right? They are playing for a championship. And every play it seems like somebody's getting hurt. You see the cheerleaders like, our team is what? Red and hot. Our team is what? Red and hot. And everybody, as they're singing these songs, everybody's getting carried off in the stretcher real fucked up. Like, that's what happened in the next game, Eagles versus the Packers. It felt like somebody got injured every play. It felt like somebody got their shit snatched up right every play. I was like, bro, come on, dog. Like, they lost a nigga on every down almost. It's like, fuck.
It started with the old line.
Bro, it really did.
They lost their guard, and it was like, all right, it's getting ugly already.
Niggas had, it was like so many injury timeouts, though. Like, what the fuck? And it was 22-10. Joe Love had 3 picks. Cut it down.
Like I said in our predictions, I trust
Jesus.
third string quarterback for the Eagles before I trust what Jordan Love and the Packers been putting out on the field. But the main person you need to stand with or stick up for is Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs say he ain't going out like no bitch.
Yeah.
He ended up getting hurt at the end.
With the whole talk about his elbow and his hand, I was thinking that would have been a lot of the focus of the game plan to try to get Jacobs going. And he was locked in. Just didn't have losing the guard. That changes your whole, that changes you up front. Now you're
all pro guard at that.
He would have had what you call type touches. He would have had about 25, 30 touches for real. Josh Jacobs.
So, game management too. So that was another issue I think LaFleur was having.
It was rough.
Some of those plays, and because I've kind of felt that way about LaFleur, depending on the matchup. Sometimes he'll run it up, and sometimes he'll pull it back, and you be like, why are you easing off the pedal so much? It's like you playing not to lose, instead of just winning the game. But yeah, it hurts. Them 3 picks. Your passing rating was 41.5. That's just get off the field, bro.
It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I mean, and when I look at the Eagles, right, to me, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, it felt like they played. What's the coach name?
Sirianni.
Yeah, Sirianni. He felt like he played really conservative with Hurts. He played real conservative.
Now when it's time for the tush push,
it was just like, yo, man, I don't. It's like, I mean, they're lucky they had Saquon having this week because this game would have been a lot closer. Because it was just like they're like, yo, I don't know if they didn't trust him. They felt he wasn't really healthy all the way. I don't know, but it was like, yo, I ain't even
you answered it. They don't trust.
Okay.
Yeah. When it was blatantly conservative. They weren't good on third down either.
Let the nigga throw the fucking ball, man.
Girl, you really believe that the Eagles got a chance next week? Only throwing the ball to AJ Brown 3 times and having 1 catch? You think they can win that way?
That nigga had 110 yards. I was about to
I
say
don't
he had
think it's
caught
a
like a little
recipe to
bitch.
win a Super Bowl.
he ain't crying nothing. He went out there blocking it off of Saquon and shit, and he out there reading a book on the sideline.
That nigga was out there reading what that book is. He's out there reading a Harry Potter book on the sideline, mad as fuck. You might give me the ball. Nigga reading the 7th chapter of that motherfucker. This nigga, I'm like, nigga, watch the fucking game.
When you have a day where
50 Shades of Grey reading ass nigga.
you're, like you said, it was conservative, and you got like it's like we know he coming off the concussion thing and all that, but it's very like, okay, what are we doing with this right now? I mean, he was 1 for 7 in the first half. He was 1 for 7 against the pressure, 11 yards. Right, like, bro, what? Like, you can't start that like super slow. And like, if Green Bay didn't implode on themselves,
Right.
the game might have went another way. And you got a 40% success rate, the offense as a whole, and then Saquon's like 28%. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing? You have the
He
best O
lucky he
line,
had Saquon. Them niggas would have fucking lost,
so
and Green Bay was horrible.
you gotta give Green Bay something. Is they defense was holding it? They was holding it down for what they could.
Yeah,
Um,
for
they
real.
didn't have
Green Bay was some
Jair,
shit.
so
Them niggas
that
lost
that
19 plays in 6 minutes of football.
you know what? The game was you kind of knew where the game was going off that first play though
Mm-hmm.
when they fumbled.
Yeah.
Because it was
The
like,
way
oh boy, that's how
the
y'all
way
started
that
the
the
game.
Chargers was supposed to do, but I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I just wanted to get that out of there.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
You're
got
supposed to capitalize.
get them their ass, you know. Fuck up
You
your
see,
Supposed to
parlay.
capitalize on
that's
that.
what you do when you force a fumble on the first play. You score a
Yeah,
touchdown right after it.
they just Chargers, boy. It's gonna be a long off season for them, from me personally. So they gonna be very annoyed. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
blocked by a lot of people.
especially if they lose Khalil Mack to retirement. They damn made the reset.
Nah, they. I mean, it's a rebuild year for the Chargers, to be honest. So they don't they don't need to. They just need to add to what they got. They need to may need to change that OC though.
They better let that
I
motherfucker throw the ball next week. I know that.
I think man, I just think like it was it wasn't what the game you would thought the game would look like, you know, for a lot of different reasons. Like I said, I don't even like Kellen Moore play calling. I ain't really like I ain't like what he was. I ain't like nothing he was doing. I brought that up before when we was talking about when AJ was talking about the passing game. It's like, yo, you and Hurts and Sirianni got to figure this thing out. Like, it can't just be 101 routes the whole game. Like,
Yeah.
what is all these plays on this long sheet? What is this?
Yeah.
Like, use them. And if you can't,
Yeah,
like I said, you can use Saquon in so many ways. It's just
They
not.
did, but no, shit, go ahead. No, I'm
Uh,
sure.
but yeah, like it's just not creative. Where it's like you have a lot of talent, and I've been saying this all year about them. They're very talented, but I feel like the talent is doing more outside of Fangio because he's doing what he's supposed to do with his unit. But on that other side, it's just like, bro, like I don't know. They're winning, but it's like
If Saquon wouldn't have played, the final score would have been 10-6. Been 10 to motherfucking 6. I swear to God, that game. I'm like, bro, this
Hey,
is some
don't take
bullshit.
away Dallas Goddard's touchdown, buddy. That was a man's fucking run right there on the sideline, stiff arming people and getting up in the end zone.
you know
Look,
what? I brought up Fangio, so I might as well talk about the defense. That I mean, Love was 311, 58 yards, the 3 picks. The thing that was really, really bad is only like 24% of his passes went um, beyond 10 yards. So either they was really worried about that elbow and that hand, or it just was like he couldn't find the reason he needed to. It was just like, bro.
like motherfucker, the nigga can't see if he still seeing double from the concussion. Nigga, take him out the fucking because next week
And you know what's
moves.
wild?
I got a
And you
feeling.
would think like most quarterbacks they'll be rattled by pressure. He was ineffective with non-pressure.
Oh,
So it's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You getting paid too much money, my boy. Too much money.
Mm,
So like he was playing scared basically.
They
That's
was.
it. Anything he threw past 10 yards was an interception anyway. So maybe it was a good. So maybe it was a good thing that he didn't throw it past 10 yards.
It
That's what
was.
I
It
was
was.
saying. They
And
probably
plus,
was worried
let's be
about
real,
that elbow because
Philly
it's
front
like,
seven was in the backfield.
And Slay got a pick, or
yeah,
did he get two?
Slay got one. Didn't Quentin Mitchell get one?
Yeah,
Yeah, in
yeah.
the end
He
zone.
got one.
They
It's
got a fumble too, right? They got a fumble. No.
They had three picks.
he
I
had a
know
fumble
that.
at the beginning of the game.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. It was. It was. It was. Boy,
Well, you know,
that
people
game.
don't say,
That
well,
game
you
to
know,
me was not a
Jordan
good
didn't have
game.
Watson, so
It was a great game for me. That,
With
par-
your
that,
parlay, yeah,
that
but
parlay came through for me.
this game is kind of ass. All these 19, 43
It kept
injuries
it
and
kept it kept me on the edge of my seat because I needed Saquon to get that last run, even though he slid. Boy, he
I've
paid
never.
my real estate taxes for me.
shout out to shout out to Shay Sean.
Hell yeah, I've never seen a game have 43 injuries, 17 picks, uh, uh 19 turnovers, and a partridge in the pear tree. That shit was horrible. I fucking hated that goddamn game. But
Well,
anywho, the game of the night, next game, we got the Commanders versus the Bucks. That was a fun ass game.
It was not the shootout that we expected, but
yeah,
it was good.
It was good. We
It-
had Jaden Daniels had 286, two tubs, led a team in rushing with 13 to 36 yards. There's a De'Ami Brown, 5 receptions, 9 yards in the tub. They didn't really run the ball very well, but they got the yards that they needed. Baker was 83% passing, 185 yards, two tubs. Bucky Irvin, 17 attempts, 77 yards. Mike Evans, 7 receptions, 92 yards in the tub.
he had
And that
his way
fumble,
with fucking Lattimore, man.
yeah, he was getting off.
This is
But
not
he
that
was tearing his boy ass.
he hurt, man. Lattimore playing hurt. And he done
Yeah,
had the best of Mike Evans so many times. Mike Evans got it in the playoffs, and you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So,
yeah. And
Um,
y'all think it was the fumble that really cost him the game, or y'all think it was just more so?
yes, because Washington kept going for it on fourth down and not converting. Then you turn around and you start to drive, and then Baker fumbled the fucking snap, and Washington comes back. They go for it on another fourth down. They scored on that touch. You know, they scored a touchdown on that one. So
it was rough because after that, like after that catch Evans made, that fumble happened. And it's like, bruh, like you forget all about that catch now. That catch
Yeah,
don't matter, right?
yeah.
And it's like, damn, bro. And I think them not going for it on fourth and third, that was another one. Um, they should have went for it. Though this game was a situational decision making, like was the biggest key of this whole thing. Because they was probably a more even match, and that's what I felt it came down to, like who's making the best decisions in those moments.
and
Um,
we know that Washington always comes through in the clutch because they've
yeah,
been
they
through it
do.
and probably more than any other team this year. When it came down to the wire, they
Yeah,
made the plays that need to be made.
They did.
they went by these slim margins, like, and you're like, all right, that you can't teach that. That's just you just going
That's
off
hard.
raw.
That's hard.
And you
So
can't teach a doink field goal that goes
yeah,
in
that kick was
Yeah.
nuts.
from a kicker that got OCD.
That kick was nuts. I don't even. That was lucky. They was
Yeah.
meant to win that game off that kick alone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like you
Done.
said,
A
the
game in
Bucks
like that is crazy.
the Bucks defense they minimized the run game. Via Vea, that's Via Vea. He gonna do him. So he was making his name known in this. But I said it before.
Look, man, it's like on paper, if you just read the stats on paper, you would probably think, without seeing the score, you would think that the Bucks won. But nah, they didn't run the ball very well. But I mean, De'Ami Brown, he got off. He got off.
You got to go
Instead
down to
of
time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
That quarter drive because remember only 2 possessions in the third quarter. The Bucks
Oh yeah,
scored that
Washington was
touchdown to
holding the
Mike
ball for
Evans.
shit.
You bring up
Yeah,
that
and they ate the whole third quarter clock up. So they shortened the game. So basically, if Tampa Bay couldn't deliver, they knew they had the game because they shortened it. They ate the clock up, and they managed to make the plays when they needed to.
Yeah.
But that drive in the third quarter, we basically ate up like damn near 10 minutes of the game clock. That's how Washington was able to hold them off. Because if they would have gotten into a shootout, I don't think they could have stopped Mike Evans.
He was busting
Like
their ass.
that boy was on fire. He had a game.
How many
So they took
targets
the
did he
ball
get?
out of their offense. Huh?
I know he had 9. I know he had 7 receptions. How many targets did he get?
At
No.
least 10. At least
Yeah.
10.
He was burning
I
their
think
ass up.
there was only 2 completions that was his direction, and they
Them
were just
motherfuckers
past
had
that he
7
just didn't get
receptions
to.
in the fourth quarter. He would have 7. He would have 7 targets just in the fourth alone. I'd have been throwing him in everything. Fuck that.
See, they made sure that Tampa Bay's offense was on the bench the whole damn third, and most of the fourth quarter.
With Daniels, you know, he struggled with the man blitz, but once they went in the zone, he got into his groove. He had like 18 to 24, 183, yeah, and 2 tutties against zone. So once they switched the zone, it was like, all right,
Why
they
was
got
the man bothering him so much, you think?
Because he was running the ball against their man. That's why they switched to the zone so they could see him. He started getting more. He was moving the ball himself with his feet when it was in man because nobody was watching him.
yeah,
So
because
they
when
was
you're
like,
man,
"Fuck, we gotta switch the zone so we got people that can basically that they can have a spy on." But the problem was he was tearing your zone up when you went to it,
yeah, because when you
and
play
they wasn't
man
hitting
blitz
it with
like
big plays. It just first down after first down after first down after first down after first down.
you got
They
to be
didn't
blitz,
really attack them over the top. They just moved the chains.
and then they secondary, you know, it's not where it need to be for them to really probably play
Yeah.
the way they want to play. So they gotta work around some
Then one
things.
of the better corners got hurt. The Dean dude, he got hurt in the first
Yeah,
half.
Lil
That
Dean
kind of
got
hurt
hurt. So
because that's who they had matched up against McLaurin most of the first half.
because they was running like I said, it was doing zone and man blitz. They was mixing that up. So, but yeah, that's just on Cliff. Cliff found those. You know, he found those answers and say, all right, how can we get this going? And it forced them to say, all right, let's get out of that. We need to switch the zone. And, you know,
Okay.
it
Um,
was it was a good game though.
no, it was, and everybody outside of everybody in NFC North that's irrelevant is gone now. Appreciate that. Uh, you
Oh
know.
no! Don't forget the Rams game.
Oh no, we going. That's your team. We going that next. You know what I'm
Who,
saying?
who,
And the
who team?
NFC South they going to. NFC South is going to. Fuck Atlanta. Fuck Tampa Bay. All
Who,
them niggas.
who,
Anyway, the Rams defeat
who,
the
who team is
Vikings.
whose team
Listen,
is that?
oh, that's your team.
No, they beat the shit out of Vikings.
It was
That ain't never been my team. They beat fuck off them niggas.
30. What was that? 27 to 9.
Yeah,
27 to 9. Majing Darnold came to the Majing Darnold came to the game, so he played. He showed up.
I
He had
can't
a
say
quarter-
it all on Donald, but that
No,
offensive
it's
line
not.
couldn't block. That offensive line couldn't block for shit.
He was
Sean,
sacked
y'all was
9
pressuring
times,
the fuck out of that man.
but he was sacked 9 times. But they was talking. He held the ball and
He
averaging them
held the
sacks
ball on at least
4.5
5 of
seconds.
them. I'm sitting there like, bro, throw it away. He was so busy trying to make the play and overthinking shit. Probably thinking about all this money he's losing by fucking this game up.
Damn it! I'm going to 50 million instead of 60 million.
No. It started at 50 and it was going down at 30. You going to a Baker Mayfield deal. Now it's going to
pretty
That
much.
nigga
1
about
year
to
deal
get
again.
4 for 90. He about to get 4 for
Team
90.
friendly.
I
He
think
about to
he
get the
was.
goddamn 1 year deal, bridge quarterback deal, bro. Because he was
I
about to
think
He
get
said
paid.
franchise tag.
he was holding on to the
Yeah.
ball. I think he really was trying to. He was pressing. I think he wanted to make a big play, try to
Yeah.
find that splash play,
Niggas
and
playing with the spirit of Aaron Donald, that motherfucker.
um, And
You would have
yeah,
thought he was out there.
That for real.
I did want to throw one more stat, Sean, before you finish what you were saying. Y'all had y'all had 9 sacks. 8 different players got a sack. 12 different players had pressure on them. So y'all were just sending random people out there.
You
That
feel like
motherfucker.
balling? Go get this nigga. Go get him, yo. Go get him.
No,
What?
he ran Flores defense against his own against the Vikings.
it, I
Them
think
motherfuckers sent the safety blitz. The safety came unblocked. He gets away from that, but then the guy, then the motherfucker edge rusher goes on the other side and takes him out. Uh, Good God Almighty! I like Sam get killed out here.
I I think because the scouting report would have mentioned this, but their interior is a weak point of their offensive line. I think a lot of people would say the left because of the left tackle getting hurt early in the year. He did get hurt against us, unfortunately, but their interior is a real problem for them. And when you got Fisk and Kobe is they getting pressure and they had 43 pressures total. That's not a regular.
Yeah.
That's like a team and season like pressures. Like what the? Yeah, they were locked in.
Aaron Jones ain't do shit.
He
13.
tried.
I ain't expect him to do much.
Yeah.
I figured it would be a passing game for
Yeah,
Donald at least. You know what I'm saying?
that's what I thought.
And
Hawkinson tried. He had what, 5 for 64?
he got all that on 2 plays.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think he was seeing ghosts because, um, I mean, I think I, when a quarterback really is out of rhythm when they can't even make like screen passes. Like they was trying to do screens and he couldn't even get the ball over there. It was just like he just felt he saw blue and yellow and was just like get the ball away from me. I don't even want it near me. Like
Yeah.
get it away.
They
And
should have gave that man some flashlights. He ain't gonna get killed out.
God damn.
Craig and
he,
they said get us some flashlights, or we gonna get killed out here.
he, when the fumble happened and Verse ran it back, it was just like, oh man, this is they just getting. I mean, at that point, you're just like, yo, what do you do? Because you don't have a counter. And like you said, a run game ain't there, so you got to pass. It's like, bro, we got to pass our way out of it. And the time when they were running the ball, I was like, what are you doing? It was when they were up. It was up and they was running the ball. I was like, do you know the clock is running? Like, what are y'all running the ball for? Like, and I don't know. It felt like it was like, well, we can't counter the pressure, so we're gonna have to run a little bit more than we probably want to. Um, but yeah, he and the thing is too, we don't even play cover one like that. But in this game, play like 30% of it. All season we play like 14%. But this game, so I think that too. I think they didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
They probably expecting us to play a lot of cover six, cover four, stuff like that. But you can switch to cover one and be that effective. It's like, oh no, and you don't play this normally.
Yeah.
That's but yeah, he
Kyron
was
Williams had a good game too, man.
who
Kyron Williams. He had a good game.
he that fumble. God, he gotta stop fumbling. I swear to God. He almost got sent to Shanghai for that. But because if he would have fumbled that and it would have, because I know it would have changed the course of the game. It's just that type of game where it's like, we don't need to shoot ourselves right now.
Yeah.
Outside of that, he was fine, but he gotta fucking relax.
Take care of the ball.
What about the one crucial play? The motherfucking fumble that was run back by Minnesota that they said Stafford threw the ball.
Oh,
Oh
the
yeah, that
deep
was some
pass.
bullshit.
I think that is highly fucking questionable for him to be down that low to say that that's a fucking pass.
For me, I thought it was a fumble. I've never heard that play. He had to know that was a play because the moment he did it, he was like forward pass. He had to know that was in the rule book because it was like, bro, how do you even know that play that could be called that? It just I was like, I've never heard nobody even I've never seen that play go that way. So it was just like I would think they would cause a fumble, but they changed it. I ain't tripping, but
That right there was a backbreaker because that would have tied the game up and momentum shifted to Minnesota at that point in time. But when they
yeah,
brought it back,
for sure.
shit,
Um,
things
so
and then things went downhill the rest of the way for them.
yeah, and you know what? And I was thinking about it, and when it was going on, I was on like in the group joint with a bunch of other Rams fans, and I was like, bro, we cannot have a game where there ain't no dramatic like controversial call in the mix. Like it's just always that. And it was like this happened early in the game. I'm like, bro, the game just started and we already got these calls. Like,
Yeah.
but so I know the Vikings fans, they're fucking probably
Oh man, Derek is pissed.
Dog.
because
Derek pissed, Remo pissed, Theo pissed, everybody mad.
because
Niggas butt hurt.
the last time we played them, the face mask call. So it's just like I know they feeling away. So, um, but I brought this up when they played Detroit, and they are the fourth worst against pressure rate. So you playing a young D line that's heating up this late in the season. It's like it's what you saw. It's the results we saw. So I got to give McVay credit for Brian Flores got exposed too. I want to say that, and that may not like Viking fans. You're not gonna like this segment. You're not gonna like this segment. Because you may agree, but I think he got exposed in this right here when he said this in the press conference. He said in week 8 he wasn't expecting Puka to play, and it's like, bro, that's a bad excuse for being unprepared. Like you supposed to be prepared.
Yeah.
Like it was announced a month ago that Puka was coming back for that game. So it's like even if it's like oh he's questionable or you have no word, you still supposed to be prepared for that. Like that's a lack of preparation on your part. So when he said that, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this gonna be a long night. Um, because I mean, for real, McVay used a lot of the same stuff. They went under center. We don't really go under center like that. And they went under center and play action, and they just had zone beaters for all the stuff he was doing. And a lot of that exotic stuff, it ain't. It's a lot of it became a lot more gimmicky than it needed to be, and
Mhm.
that is that's why it looked like it looked, because it's like, bro, this is a scheme, and what you doing is kind of just throwing things against the wall. Um, so and I mean, it's some plays I feel like on the Rams side that they missed some points. I think they could have got more points, but you know, um,
Yeah, they definitely missed a
if,
few. Yeah, they
if that
definitely missed a few things, but good
KOC
enough to
play
win.
calling, like I said, at a point when they down, I think you got to figure out how to counter, and they didn't have no answers when they went hurry up and scored on that drive. It's like they did that and was like, all right, that's it. They didn't try to go and hurry up anymore. Maybe they just didn't feel comfortable because of the pressure, which is understandable at that point because it's about 6 sacks at that point. So
Yeah.
I gotta
They
give
lived
one
in the
dude credit
backfield.
though for
They
their
lived in the
defense.
backfield. It was bad. It was
Um,
bad. They
Ivan
got to get
Pace,
better.
he was balling. I gotta give him credit.
Who you
He was
say?
for the Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings defense. Ivan Pace Jr. He was balling.
Yeah.
He was balling. I gotta give him his he was making plays. He was making plays. So I gotta give him his props.
I didn't think it was gonna be that. I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a blowout. I thought it was gonna be a lot
They
closer.
were due for this game.
I didn't think
The
Minnesota was
Vikings
gonna lose
hadn't
like
played a
that.
game that all year.
I honestly thought they was gonna win, honestly, but I didn't. When they got beat, I'm like, well, maybe if they get beat, it ain't gonna be. But the way they got beat was like, damn, these niggas, we ain't going out like that. Fuck that. We ain't no hoes. The Vikings some
But
hoes.
think about it, they hadn't had a game like this the whole season.
Yeah, they whooped their ass. But
So maybe this caught to them.
yeah, all in all, it was a real good. I thought it was a real good wild card week. And next week, we got the with the elite eight, what they
Divisional
call
round.
it, divisional round, elite eight. So I'm gonna start with Deontay. What do the Bills have to? No, what do the Ravens have to do to beat the Bills?
what they supposed to fucking do. Give the ball to 22.
It's easy, huh?
This is not brain surgery, people.
Just
This
follow
is
the
not
blueprint.
fucking brain surgery. Give the ball to 22. But this game between these two teams is gonna be a fucking. This is gonna be a heavyweight bout right here. This is gonna be the actual AFC Championship game because when whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck what Kansas City got going on over there. It's a wrap for them.
Mm. What you think, Court?
And I still stand on my picks for the Super Bowl: Baltimore and Detroit.
What do you think Buffalo has to do, Court, to beat the Ravens?
I think they should have a similar game plan. Control the ball with the run and sprinkle some passing. But because I think the Ravens defense is good enough where if they was all pass, they're not going to beat Baltimore. They're going to have to run the ball and have to stay balanced to beat Baltimore. And Baltimore has to do the same against. Like both teams need to get off on the run and the pass in order to win the game.
Okay. Who do you think is more likely to win the running game, Sean?
Um, I think both actually. Reason I say that is they're doing it different ways. Buffalo's they're gonna do that six lineman, so they're gonna make sure Cook can get those gaps. Um, then you like on the other side, we know what 22 can do. So, um, because Buffalo, they're gonna have to respect Lamar. So you can have a situation where they may be expecting an RPO, and it could be it probably is planned this time, to go to Henry. And they may bring out some new stuff that they haven't done in the playbook. That's this the time to do it. Um, I think, like I said, I think they both can. Who will, who will have the? I think who will have it late will win. Who can get that big play late, which Derrick Henry, he's due for those in those type of second half games. So it's like, yeah, it can go either. Like I said, if they do what they do, and you never know, Ravens may do some heavy personnel. They may say, look, we putting two tight ends. We gonna make sure Derrick Henry get this. They may be that way with it too. So you
Both
might
teams are
see some
built the
different
same way.
looks. You might see some different looks from both sides that where they want to establish the run in a different way. I can
And
When
see
you
maybe
look
that.
at the
both
way
teams.
the teams are built, they're the same.
I was about to piggyback on what you were saying because what if both of their flaws being in these playoff runs? They hadn't been running the ball like talking about, and now they both have established that that's what they're gonna need to do.
Hmm.
So,
And
and now they got to play each other. Ain't that some
yeah,
shit?
and the thing about it, they're both explosive when they run. It's not like a ground and pound like type of run, the methodical. It's like
Yeah.
no, we can break for a big play and change the whole game. And then you talking about the quarterbacks. I'm forgetting the quarterbacks. Both of them can make a play
So,
with their
who do
legs.
y'all
So
think? Which team do y'all think is more equipped to stop the other's run?
the Ravens.
Neither. They're
The
the
Ravens.
same. Kyle Hamilton's gonna have a big game for the Ravens, and probably the Matt Milano guy for the Bills. They're gonna have to do a lot of work because when you look at their line, their front sevens, their second, they're built basically the same. The Ravens had a slight edge at the corner position, maybe, but they're basically built identical on both sides of the ball. The key is which receiver is going to show up.
Won't be Amari
That's
Cooper.
the key.
He got to the Super Bowl. He
You're
got
not
about
talking
4
about
more
him.
weeks.
I think if they control score, that works in Baltimore's favor. I'm not sure if Zay Flowers plays. If he does play, that's big.
I don't think he's playing.
I think whatever receiving core has the better game, that's probably going to give that team an edge because both teams, philosophy-wise, are going to probably play similarly on defense to low block, stop the run, and they're going to try to make somebody else other than the running backs and the quarterbacks beat them.
I do not see Curtis Samuel having the game he had against the Broncos again.
Probably not.
Put that out there.
You know, so it's like who can find which receiver can deliver in this game.
With like I was saying, with when you have both that can use their legs and make plays, how they play containment is going to be interesting too, because you're basically just trying to just be effective in some way that doesn't cause some explosive or a backbreaking play. And we've seen that both can do that. So that's where I said, both you got they really both can say pick your poison. And it makes it even more interesting. So now when you go to the receiving core, I don't know. Curtis Samuel and them, they're gonna have to step up. They're gonna have to be very, very Kincaid, Knox, all of them. Like you gonna need everybody. Everybody, all man, 10 toes down. Because
so Deontay, do you feel that either team would benefit from it being more of a high scoring shootout type of game? Or because they're built so similar, it's just time of possession, whoever got the ball last probably gonna win that motherfucker.
Baltimore is going to win this by at least a touchdown. At least they've already shown that they can beat these people, so they're gonna
they
go
beat
up
the
in
shit out of them
Buffalo.
the first time.
Long as we don't, So I'm like, and until I'm proven wrong, I don't see how Buffalo wins this game.
For the Ravens, you're gonna expect that secondary. They're gonna wanna. You got some ball hawks back there, so they're gonna wanna put some cloud coverages to kind of disrupt what Josh is seeing and try to get one of those. Do they get one? We'll see. That's a big thing too. Is both of them for you got Lamar got to protect the ball. So if there's a high scoring game, that would be the strip sack or pick right here, tip ball, interception, stuff like that. A fumble at the wrong time. It don't even have to be the running back. It could be somebody. It could be one of the receivers, and somebody hit the ball. Punch the ball out. So that's that type of game where somebody's gonna make that heads up play to get that advantage and try to capitalize and score if they get into those high. Because that's the thing, both of them can get the points up, but I think with the Ravens secondary playing better than they did for half of the year, that helps them because they don't need a lot of over the top deep plays going down because that's going to be that's going to disrupt. So
Justin Tucker might want to get his mind right. Will come down at his foot.
Oh yeah, Tucker. Yeah, you need Tucker to be Justin Tucker.
Man, he needs to be all hands on deck.
Texans and Chiefs. What do the Texans have to do to beat the Chiefs? What do the Chiefs got to do? What do the Texans got to do to beat the Chiefs?
Play exactly like they did last week, and hope some go their way.
So Mason got to have 27, 20 carries for buck
30.
They control the clock.
I was costing buck 50.
Bro, they're gonna have to play similar to how they played last week, and Kansas City has to give them one. Because if the game is tight in the fourth quarter, Mr. 15 is gonna get it done. Right, they also have a probably more reliable kicker in Harrison Buckner. Two, we play off the field in the cold.
You said what?
That's another thing. We play outside in the cold, not inside the dome. That's another thing. Some of them players in Houston
you said we. So you back? Back to Texas? All right, cool.
Well,
Now
what
go ahead.
the
You
fuck? Where did you hear? Where did you hear we at?
your phone breaking up, dog. Your lie, your streaming. That's what you said. We.
Clearly, the phone broke up because I didn't say shit about we.
You said we. Hey, bro, did he say we? That nigga said we, dog.
Yeah,
Did he say
damn.
we? That nigga said we,
Bruh.
dog. He
Look,
said we.
But there ain't no transcript to this joint, bro. You can't autocorrect some shit that didn't happen.
Bruh, did y'all niggas say
Yeah,
we?
bruh.
Did y'all niggas say we?
They
Be out in the cold?
again, they have to play the exact same way, and Kansas City's gonna have to give them one.
Bro, all right, so
If they run,
Minnesota, no Texas, just Minnesota. All right.
what the fuck are you talking? Who? But you know what I'm
You're a Minnesota fan.
saying? But the thing is, it's possible. It's possible because Houston plays that clearly played pretty well in the playoff. The last couple of years they won a joint, even when they weren't supposed to.
And you left these niggas
But
before you jumped the ship before they can even
bruh,
get active. Like,
so then you can't penalize me for jumping ship. I ain't gonna celebrate niggas win the Super Bowl either.
all right, well, anyway, I ain't fuck with you, Deontay.
So
What does Texas got
I
to do
think
to
what
win
it
this
is,
game?
flawless game, just like last week.
Deontay,
I
what
didn't
does
even
Texas got
consider
to
that
win?
being perfect. That was the Chargers charging. That wasn't them playing perfect. But yeah, they're gonna have to take advantage of the gimmies that Mahomes is gonna give you. He's giving up a gift at least once a game, and you're gonna have to capitalize on it. And don't fuck around and kick field goals with these motherfuckers. And if you get a chance to hit them, hit them. Don't do that soft shit and all this and that. If he's running and then you don't know if you want to hit him or not, take his head off. You're gonna have to. But that's the only way I see they even have a chance.
They gonna have to definitely make cause some turnovers with the way that they blitz. Now, of course, they're gonna have man beaters and blitz beaters for that, but it's all about how you adjust. Um, and if because I mean they with Pacheco and them, they can get going, but if you can kind of keep that at bay to an extent and put some heavy boxes, you got the secondary. It ain't like they got a Tyreek, so you ain't gotta. You can play a lot of man. You can play man. You can play like they played man against them the last time they played them. So it ain't like they know some things that they can do that can affect what Kansas City likes to do. So find those things and you gotta use the right game plan and don't go away from it. And you gotta adjust in real time. You can't just spam something because it might have worked a couple times and think like, oh, the other side ain't gonna adjust. No, they're the champions. They're gonna adjust. So,
that'd be the upset of the season, boy, if they win
I
this.
think Hollywood Brown should make a difference.
yeah,
As well.
they need that. They need that for them. They definitely need that because they just starting to get a little bit explosive on the offense. So you wanna keep that at bay as much as you can, but 15 make plays. You just like you say, you gotta hit them, and you gotta get those gifts. If he giving them, you give them away. You gotta catch. Don't be juggling and all that extra shit. Like catch the ball, make a play.
Yeah, your hands on your helmet ain't gonna win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, them coulda, shoulda, wouldas get you.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, I think
too, if you get up early, don't take the foot off the pedal. Don't think it's sweet because you're up.
yeah.
Oh,
that's
like
what Buffalo
5
did.
years ago when the Texans was up 3 touchdowns on the Chiefs and they lost. This was still when Deshaun Watson was there, but
Yeah,
Don't
different time, but same
different
two
time,
teams.
but
Yep.
because that ain't happened in this playoffs yet, and it's due to happen. You know how the playoffs be. It'd be one game where somebody getting rocked, and then it's just like, oh, they gonna come back, ain't it? And you don't want to be that team.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you, right now,
like the Chargers.
Gatorade fourth quarter. If we up in the fourth quarter by less than a touchdown, nigga, I'm putting something in this Gatorade beside the fourth quarter, and I'm gonna have them niggas geared to him. He gonna be out for the fourth quarter. He ain't getting this game.
Yeah, like you said, like the Chargers when they
27-0 to Jacksonville, and you lose.
and you lose.
Hey, 28, what was that 28-3? Super Bowl. That piece of shit ass team.
No, that was for coaching more so than king, but same
That was,
same
that was
premise.
Hey, yeah.
Shanahan, and
But not to go back to this, but I like you said that was coaching. Man, like as good as they want Justin Herbert to be, they have to criticize him. They can't do this thing where it's like, because they can't do that with this. They have Harbaugh now.
Yeah.
It's like you can't be like, well, the coach, it's Harbaugh. It's not like it's not
yeah,
Staley no more. So you can't punch your way out of it with that. I just wanted to. You just made me think of that when you said that how they lost against the Jags. But yeah, Texans they gotta dot their I's across the T's. They gotta be all the way across the board. You can't
Question.
be.
Sorry about that. Which Shanahan was that with the Falcons?
You know which
your
one?
your your
Fire.
favorite.
Uh, So he got there again and lost.
Hey man, listen.
Where
Yeah,
why
we?
he's
is
been the ball
Strahan
3 times
catching
to figure
straighties
it
right
out.
now?
Huh?
Why is Strahan catching the straight right now?
I don't know. Look.
You would have thought he coached y'all or something at one point in time or some shit, but
I told you to be fired, dog. He should fire that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
he
He's a
does not
dog.
like Shanahan for shit. But
Dog. He'll get you. He's good enough to get you. Like if he was my coach, I would be like, okay, listen, if we get the Super Bowl, you're the coach the entire time. If we get there, you're fired. Like on the spot, you're fired. I pay
fire
you
him
all your
at the
money.
Super Bowl.
The day prior, you're fired.
This nigga here.
He's
Because
gonna
we're
lose
gonna
his
lose.
job.
We're
Firing
going
straight
to
coach.
lose. But we here. All right, y'all ready to win the Super Bowl? L. That's how it's gonna end up every time.
But
What do the Rams gotta do to beat the Eagles? Well, I don't think they gotta do a lot, honestly. I think they're gonna beat the Eagles. Personally.
shit this week is going to have
Yo, you gotta try to get on Wi-Fi, Corey.
Minnesota.
You're on Wi-Fi. Your joint.
that shit fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, your shit terrible.
That whole joint sound like you was making a scratch. You was scratching DJ shakes, bro. That's what that shit sounded like.
Would you go ahead, Deontay? What do you think the Rams gotta do to beat the Eagles? Well, like I said, I don't think they can do much.
I don't know, bro. If they pressuring Hurts the way they was on Sam Donald's ass, that's kind of scary.
Listen.
And if they put half the pressure that they put on Sam Donald, the Eagles might be in trouble. But I just know the Eagles can't go out there expecting and AJ Brown to have one catch and think they're going to win the game.
Jalen Hurts will come out there holding his head, fucking with that defense. He'll come out there and just be like, "Look, man, I can't even play today. I ain't even got the. Yeah, I was sick. Damn, nigga, you want to try it? Nah, they head hunting.
He almost had a Tua moment in that Green Bay game too. You just made me think of that. He was
Oh,
running
when
and he dove forward.
they knew they were going down, and then the knee hit him in the head or some shit. Or
Yeah, and I was like,
That on the slide?
God.
Did he slide? He on the slide, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
slid. He slid two different times, different ways. Like one time he went forward, and I was like, bruh, if somebody was like,
Didn't the
God, bro,
nigga
you
that hit him
gotta.
in the head with the knee? Didn't he get out? Didn't he go injured? He didn't get injured. The nigga who hit him in the knee, hit him in the head with the knee.
I don't think he got. Somebody. I don't think he got injured, but
They look. I tell you, they lost about 39 players. Or they 54, like 53. It was bad. So
I don't think he might have been questionable. I don't know if he was like out for the game. I don't even remember because but what the Rams need to do is their offense need to be it need to get hot and stay hot. Um, got to use all the guys on the field. You know, love Puka. Don't mind targeting Puka, but you can
you
target
got
Cup.
to get
Not like
Cooper Cup involved. I don't even be
right.
noticing him out there anymore, dude.
I was gonna ask did he play yesterday, but he played. What he had 2 catches for
He had
20
a
something
catch.
yards.
It ain't like he don't get open. It ain't like he ain't. They just don't. Stafford just don't target. So they can't play that way. Because the offense ain't built that way to be one guy is like he just said about AJ Brown. our offense ain't built that way. It's built to be everybody gets a touch. Like so,
Yeah.
that means Higbee, Cup. If Tutu's in the lineup, if Demarcus, all of them, everybody should be getting touches, at least targets if they're not. So that's one thing. Kyron can't fumble the ball. I'm gonna say that because he fumbled in the previous matchup, and it was just like we ain't have a lot going at that point. We was getting hot, and then it was like, yeah, it's done. So that's one thing. No self-inflicted wounds. You just can't have them. And
What should the Eagles run to slow down Stafford? Man or zone?
man, I try no zone. It's gonna be a long day. They're gonna have
You
to.
have the personnel to run man then.
Yeah, they got enough talent.
Yeah.
They ain't like they're not like the Chargers, where the back end is like Derwin James and you hope somebody else make a play. It's not like that. Or like we just was talking about like Denver, where it's like PS2 and the other guys, it's just like because like PJ Locke, he was getting picked on the whole game. I forgot to bring that up,
Mm-hmm.
but he was there. Josh Allen was like, "Oh, this is the weak guy." Bet. So they don't have a lot of those, but um, them losing what you calling Dean, that's gonna be big.
Yeah,
That's
he
gonna be
what he had a patella tear, didn't it?
yeah, that gonna be that's gonna be they gonna have to work around that because they already had struggles with the linebacker position and him being on make some things different. But they got the talent, but yeah, you don't have to do well. Fangio, the thing is, we run what Fangio runs, so it's not like he won't be unaware what they're doing. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest, so it's not. It's like oh, I know this look. So um, I think he's gonna have to make those reads and not force it. Um, you know, I know he want to make the big play, but he gotta let the game play into his favor and not try to overdo it. That's the way. And for them, they gonna wanna get a pick because you're a gunslinger, so they gonna want to try to get that. Um, whether it's in a double coverage type of situation or something. So yeah,
Stafford might give you a gift too.
hmm?
Stafford might give a gift too.
Ain't
You better
no yeah,
capitalize on that
because
bit.
that's what they want. That's what I'm saying. That's what they
Yeah.
want. They wanna because that's a drive killer, obviously. So
Yeah.
um, but yeah, they gonna mix it up. Vanjie gonna mix it up. He gonna see what how can he kind of affect what Puka does, but Puka can get open. It ain't gonna really.
Yeah.
So they probably zero in on Cup more for real, for real. They might expect that where they're like, all right, we know we haven't seen Cup, and this could be, when
A
he's going
Cooper
into
Cup
that
day.
window. So, but yeah, Fangio he gonna do what he do, but like I said, we run some of that. Not even some, we run a lot of what he does. So it's not like Stafford gonna be unaware of what they're doing, unless they're doing a lot of disguising, which they probably will do. They probably disguise the looks and stuff like that to try to trick them.
A
So
whole
This
lot of
nigga,
trickery going on.
a whole lot
nigga
of
Court's in
trickery.
the elevator. What the fuck? Um, what do the Commanders, DeAndre, what do the Commanders got to do to stop the Lions
They to stop the Lions.
or to
I
beat the
don't.
Lions?
I think they're just gonna have to. They're gonna have to come there with 30 points in their pocket already, and they're gonna have to build on that because they played a defensive type game with Tampa. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that with y'all because y'all offense is so efficient.
Yeah.
But if
And
they can
Montgomery
keep
come
up
back.
scoring wise, if Jaden Daniels is unleashed and he goes the fuck off, and hopefully it'll be one of them. We get the ball last, and we can win it on a field goal type shit. But and they know your defense is beat the hell up. So
Yeah.
that's
Terrion
that's
Arnold is back, right? I thought he was
He
those
hurt.
should be.
Isn't
He
Terrion
should be.
Arnold?
Yeah, he should be.
He be back. Montgomery's back. Of course, we got what Kirby still playing, and Branch is still playing. and everybody else. I mean, I wish we can get what you call back, but I know he ain't coming back till if we get the Super Bowl.
Um, what they need to do is they got to get pressure. Um, they can't let him they can't let Golf hang his jersey back up in the locker clean. They're gonna have to they're gonna have to get that 16 dirty, and that's a good old line you're dealing with. But they play a certain way where you wouldn't think have an issue with pressure, but they do. So you're gonna have to figure out how to make that issue. Um, and like you said, you need 30 points in the pocket for sure. Cause if you just coming in there with a cool 20,
You
yeah.
get blowed out.
That's all it's gonna be is a cool 20.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they got 20. All right. We've set our starters.
Oh
Like,
shit! Speaking of 20, remember the last part when Garrett said something about having a shootout with the Steelers and the Ravens, and I bust out laughing. I said, "The
oh
fact that
yeah.
you think the Steelers are going to score 20 points is insane." Oh, this
I
is
did
just
not think that all the way through. I did not think that all the way through.
Yeah,
like,
cause yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why you thought they was going.
you said shootout.
I was like,
The Steelers in the shootout? What?
I don't know, man.
You never know.
Not based off the past month. No, sir. They'll
You never
shoot
know. Hold y'all
themselves,
hope for
but
these
they
niggas.
won't. It won't be a shootout. But yeah, that's what they're gonna need. You know, Allen Gunn playing a lot of man, so those receivers, Terry McLaurin, he gonna have a lot of one on ones. The other guys gonna have to make plays.
Yeah.
Um, so you can't leave Daniels just hanging trying to create and do all it. Like, no, you need to make a play, get open. So
I know that
that
you can't have him. What he had a yeah. He was. Do you have any picks this game? You better have no picks with us. I know that. I don't know if he had. Did he have one pick? I think he's had a free game.
I don't think he had one.
He ain't
in
had one. He
Atlanta.
better not have none with us either. I tell you that right now.
Um, so yeah, and you know, like you said, that's a different environment. They ain't played in that type of environment either, where that crowd can get into it.
They
So
gonna be
you're
rocking.
gonna have to find a way to work around all that. And you know, he don't seem to get rattled by a lot. So I think he's gonna be fine. But like I said, he need the other guys, and that O line got to figure it out. They
Yeah.
have to run the ball too. Yeah, you know,
And not just Daniels.
yeah, because it's only you winning by a thin margin, and it's like that can't be the way to keep you pulling it off. But it's like the competition keep getting, you know.
And is it who's that running back over there? Eckler? Is it Eckler?
Eckler's
Got
their
Eckler.
second back. Is Brian Robinson is their starting back.
Okay.
Yeah,
Eckler, he's their pass catching back.
yeah.
But
So
but in all honesty, Washington is playing with house money right now. Motherfuckers did not beginning of the
at
season.
all.
Nobody saw Washington being in this fucking position
They
right
was
now.
5-12 for the
So
season started. They was 5-12.
so I'm just saying they just got to go out there and try to show up.
Yeah, that's it. Um, Stick to what you know that work for y'all. You know, do the hitch routes and all that. The 3-on-1 side, yeah. But like I said, some other dudes need to make some plays
Yeah.
because you can't just be Terry McLaurin because at some point it's just gonna be like, well, we know where
I,
you're going.
I can see a little bit more Zach Ertz in this game
Yeah,
coming up.
you need to get him going early too. Don't even wait. Just get him going. Like,
Yeah.
you know. So then, because at some point that forces them to adjust. Where it's like, oh, we didn't expect Hurts to be having these many touches. Okay, now we gotta shift some things that we doing. You gotta make both sides. Every game we talking about, you gotta do some things that you seeing that they're putting in front of you and say, okay, no, you gotta change that. We ain't doing none of that. This is what we gonna do. I'm hopeful that they won't be conservative. That's what I'm hoping. They can't be on some
Nah, not with
conservative.
us. Nah. You can't be conservative and put up a 30 piece.
So
Can't do it. It ain't gonna happen. So, but it's gonna be some good games next week, man. Some good games. Before we get up out of here, fellas, y'all got anything else for me?
um
Don't you overlook Washington, motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
Now I thought about that. You know, I'm my mind is cause I ain't gonna front, man. Like I said, for the most part, all y'all teams have been in the Super Bowl. I'm the nigga that's like, I just want one. So I need to stop looking past niggas and looking at the Super Bowl. Cause if we get beat, I'm telling you right now, I ain't part of none of you niggas. It's fuck all of y'all for at least to the All-Star.
Damn, I guess.
Just my luck.
If
The
that
Rams
go
win the
down,
Super Bowl.
I got to take up double duty.
Yeah.
Dog, my luck. The Rams in the Super Bowl. I would be. You understand how livid I would be?
You better pray it don't happen.
Bruh, I would lose my mind. Don't talk to me ever. We ain't cool no more. At all. At least for 2 weeks. I'm good. But nah, man. So yeah, next week divisional round it's gonna be good, man. Hopefully it was a good game. I think the game of the week gonna be that Ravens Bills game. So
No shit. No shit.
I told you I'm going for Lamar. I don't know for who, of course my Lions, but I'm gonna tell anybody, I don't care what anybody say, I'm going for him because he's black and they always hating on him. You're goddamn right. I'm saying it right here on this motherfucking pod. He's black and I fuck with him. That's why I'm going for that nigga. Fuck everything else. Say what you want about me. I do not care. We gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for watching again. We would stay tuned for the next episode. If some of y'all want to hear from us, please let us know. Court, did you look at the comments? You see something about the comments last time? Are they turned on?
Nah, because when I went on, the comments was off, so people couldn't leave.
I can't nothing.
Send that an email. Send that shit in an email. That shit. Text that shit.
We gotta go. We up out of here, y'all. Peace.